But this is what happens in dating. And in dating, it's so bad now is because you all don't know how to deal with issues. You don't want to take the time to sit down and talk with each other. You say, okay, you know what? I'll ghost you, or you're negative, you're toxic. You don't even know if they're actually negative or toxic. You just assume it's because it was just this one little negative thing that happened, and automatically they're toxic or they're negative. Newsflash, you're negative. As I said in a video before, we're made up of protons and neutrons, positive and negative. That's who we are. We're gonna have some point in our life where we're gonna dispense negativity. Right now, some of the stuff that I'm saying, someone's not gonna agree with, and they're gonna count it as negative. And someone else may say, "Hey, I needed to hear that. That was positive for me." Perspective. This is how this goes. But because a lot of people don't understand that, and they want everything to be positive, pro, and in their favor, they're gonna look at it as no, that's not a benefit for me. So it's okay, I can go about my business because dating now has it to where I do what I want to do, make my choice the way I want to make my choice. It's selfish because dating deals with fun, and anytime you want to have fun, it's like that. What comes along with that? I can be a little selfish. Since I want to have fun, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna get my fun whether you get yours or not. It's not geared toward marriage. Never. What's going on? It's WillMyCraven with another day doing another video. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to make a donation. Feel free to do so with the link down below, the Cashapp. We'll gladly appreciate that. Yes, so it's another day, another prosperous one, and gonna hit you with some of this good stuff right here. Is there pee in the dating pool? I hear that statement a lot, and I don't think there's really pee in the dating pool. I think it's more like semen in the dating pool. And I've said this plenty of times, and I did an interview with my elder in regards to how dating goes. Okay, well, I'll leave that here, there, or wherever. Maybe a link down below to direct you to it. But from the get-go of its inception, dating was never created to where you find a mate. As far as marriage goes, dating was pretty much created for fun. It was that's all it was. It was for fun. So a lot of women will say that the dating is just not it's not ideal. And quite frankly, well, men say this too, but quite frankly, the reason why is because it's not created for you to find a spouse. It's created for you to have fun. So, a lot of people when they get out here and start dating, what tends to be the problem is, well, we hear a lot of times where women will say, the guy looking to take us out, and then he's looking to get some afterwards. And then the guys are saying, well, if I'm gonna do all this paying for this stuff, I might as well get some. So that right there lets you know that there's an exchange happening. So if you're expecting to, when you go out on a date with an individual, to expect that this person is potentially going to be your mate, you're sadly mistaken, because it was never created for that. It was created to get dollars out of your pocket in the name of you having fun. Fun turns around and requires you to go to different outings and different places. Like, I think people like really forget, like, my generation is the last of it, where when we went out to eat, if it was to a restaurant, it was still considered like a privilege. Like that was extracurricular. It was nothing normal like it is now. Like now it's normal for, oh, we're gonna go out to eat and we don't cook a home cooked meal. Like this generation, as far as cooking home cooked meals, a lot of them don't even know anything about that, and they're used to going to grandma's house and getting a home cooked meal, or when the holidays roll around, going to grandma's and your grandparents' house, and that's where the action is taking place. It's so much different now, man. So going out was pretty much like it was a leisure. It was, yeah, you go out and you go get a hamburger or something. It's like, oh, okay, no, we're going to spend some money. Somebody's going to make money off of you. And we consider that fun. You were marketed that way. So in marketing, I mean, I said this before in another video. I was with a woman we were in our early 20s. And actually, I wasn't even 20 yet. She was. She was in college. Well, I was actually in college too, but I might have been. I think she was getting ready to graduate or whatever. But man, yeah, we're sitting there at every commercial, every rip that night. Every time we went to commercial break, it was Trojan Man every single time. So we're sitting there, it was creating this vibe and energy to lead us to actually go down that path, but that didn't happen because a mother walked through the door right before we got close to that, and she got off work early. But yeah, you've been programmed slowly but surely to get dollars extracted from you, all in the name of fun, and it's not leading to anything that's like really has something that's foundational, concrete, that can stand the test of time. That foundation is not built upon that. It's built like a seesawing bridge with all this adrenaline going on and this excitement, and it's like, will it snap on me? Will it not? Oh, okay, the thrill, all this stuff. And with the whole dating scene, males know, okay, if I'm going on a date with her, it's been embedded in their mind, it's embedded in their spirit that I'm gonna sleep with this chick. My desire is to actually sleep with this chick. It's not, okay, when I go out with this woman because I'm spending my money, I'm just spending my money to get to know her so she can be my wife. What man says that? How many men on a regular say that? I'm spending my money all on this date so she can become my wife. You're spending all your money in hopes. No, not you're believing that she's going to become your wife. No, it's not. Because it's been programmed to extract from you. Now she didn't extract the money from you now because the way the women are wired. Oh, well, we went out dating, everything was perfect, and next thing you know, he starts sneezing. I didn't like the way he sneezed. Or he ordered seen a few posts of, or he ordered dessert. What type of man ordered dessert? I don't want to be with him. It's like every excuse possible for them to find an issue with you as far as the women and the guy. And next thing you know, the whole ghosting thing, as they say. So now it's for the guy, it's, oh, why should I put up with this type of foolishness if I'm not going to get some? It's either get some or not, or what's the point of me going out? So you're wondering why the whole dating game has pee in the water, or I like to call semen in it, is because it's just not set. It was never intended for you to find a mate. If you're gonna find a mate, I wouldn't suggest you go the dating route. And because in the dating route, like I said, there's no foundation there. Everything is built upon fun. Let's have fun. Life, this is what I tell my son, life is not all about fun. You just can't go, and this is, I know people ain't gonna like this, but I see it. I see so much when I'm looking at certain things, like when children go to school, they're taught all the imagination and having fun and doing all these other things instead, and it drives them to actually look to have fun and sneak off to have fun instead of getting core foundational things that and principles, and it creates a desire for the children to actually seek fun. They're not seeking to be the betterment of what's going to happen down the line, because it's for that right now moment, which is more or less a whole emotional state of it's a that's a whole emotional state that usually women actually walk and move in. But you can say anything in regards to school or wherever else, a lot of them are in those positions. So I mean, it's to be expected for children to actually respond this way, because they're in those positions. There's in those positions for their energy, their spirit to come off to those who they're in front of. It's being transferred. So you're actually taught you're actually taught this unawareingly at a young age. Fun, fun, fun. When you turn on the TV, when you pick up your phone, you're being marketed to have for something for you to have fun. There's no principles or nothing there. Like adults, from when they start finding out certain things as far as the financials and the stuff that they just weren't taught to possibly help make them be rich or whatever. And it's like, well, why weren't we taught this in school? Because they didn't want to teach you this in school, because that's a key foundational piece. Just as well as they're not going to teach you certain things as far as when it goes to instead of actually courting somebody and sitting down and actually getting to learn them, they're gonna say no. Just go out here and go date. What is we gonna go out here and date? Oh, we gonna go out here to this little venue, or we gonna go out to this bowling alley. We gonna go out to these movies. We gonna do such and such and such. Well, we having fun, and we ain't learned too much about each other. So when tough times come, you can't withstand nothing. Well, why in the U.S. the divorce rate is now over 50%? Because you don't have nothing. And what's the easiest thing to do? Oh, okay, well, let's get a divorce. She can get half of your stuff, go about her business, and then it's all okay. It's a win for me and it's a loss for you. And then she takes the children, and then they're wondering why there's no stability with the children. It's a repeat process because it's all funneled around money. The government's gonna get theirs. So when you out here dating, it's like, what are you dating for? Oh, yeah, and that's what are you dating for? What's the purpose of you dating? Regardless of the fact that you say, oh, I'm dating to figure out this person, and blah blah blah, and then we go out and have fun with each other, it's still the same result, regardless of of oh, you say, oh, I'm dating with a person, we get to know each other. It's still the same result, because there's no foundation there. They've removed a lot of pieces out of there, so you don't really know what's been removed, and then you're going based off of what someone else has already instructed and told you to do. Sex, money, and exchange. And what's happening a lot now is there either the woman is saying, okay, well, since I know this has happened, I'm gonna get what I can get out of it. The guy is saying, well, I know this is what she's gonna do, I'm gonna get what I can get out of it. And it's like, well, it's either a win-win or it's a lose-lose. And the whole time it's technically a whole lose-lose, because there's not enough there to turn around and build high extreme character, or have the tools to actually get through things that you have storms, because you're going to have storms in your relationship. And then you hear a lot of people like, oh yeah, we had to learn this or such and such, because you weren't even taught it. You're taught everything else, but you're not taught that. You're not taught how to sustain your relationship. You're not told, oh, okay, well, we got into an argument. Well, how did y'all get over the argument? I hear a lot, oh, I just want to go to my room or go to my little area and leave me alone. You don't deal with no issues because there's no accountability there. But this is what happens in dating. And in dating, it's so bad now is because you all don't know how to deal with issues. You don't want to take the time to sit down and talk with each other. You say, okay, you know what? I'll ghost you, or you're negative, you're toxic. You don't even know if they're actually negative or toxic. You just assume it's because it was just this one little negative thing that happened, and automatically they're toxic or they're negative. Newsflash, you're negative. As I said in a video before, we're made up of protons and neutrons, positive and negative. That's who we are. We're gonna have some point in our life where we're gonna dispense negativity. Right now, some of the stuff that I'm saying, someone's not gonna agree with, and they're gonna count it as negative. And someone else may say, "Hey, I needed to hear that. That was positive for me." Perspective. This is how this goes. But because a lot of people don't understand that, and they want everything to be positive, pro, and in their favor, they're gonna look at it as no, that's not a benefit for me. So it's like, okay, I can go about my business because dating now has it to where I do what I want to do, make my choice the way I want to make my choice. It's selfish because dating deals with fun, and anytime you want to have fun, it's like what comes along with that. I can be a little selfish. Since I want to have fun, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna get my fun whether you get yours or not. It's not geared toward marriage. Never was. And then probably never ever will be. And there's no real solidified structure there. And this is another reason why we have so many unmarried mothers with children and the father's not in the picture. It is what it is. You all have succumbed to it and accepted it. It's really that simple. So, you think it's going to get better? It really isn't. It really isn't. Because as long as you subscribe to that foolishness, you're going to get foolish results. You're going to get foolish results. Make no mistake. Foolishness begets foolishness. And if you go out here and you secretly want to play this dating game, you're going to get played in the process. You just so pessimistic. And look, man, the harsh reality is, as I said plenty of times, you shouldn't really be out here dating. You aren't out here dating, and actually learning individuals is two different things. I can go to your house, or we can be on the phone. That's not dating. That's learning an individual. You all think that dating is okay. Once we decide we're gonna do such and such and start talking to each other, we dating. No, that is not dating. Y'all replace what courting is supposed to be and slap dating all over. It's kind of like the whole thing with the autism. Autism became the new thing, and yes, I can speak on it because my son's the oldest brother is autistic, and I actually raised that boy and got him to a certain point. So I know I can speak on this matter. They just start slapping anything that seemed like it was special needs. He got slapped with the autism. And actually, me and his mother would have to go and do, when we do our research to find different programs or whatever was available in Chicago, we start realizing how they would just slap autistic over everything, and then it's autism, blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing they did done with dating. And whatever else that they decide, whatever's the new thing, they just slap it all over it and then just run with it. You just talking on the phone to an individual is not you dating. And if y'all just went out maybe a couple times, oh, we dating. No. The harsh reality is you actually really need to sit down and get to learn somebody. When you go to school, you're in algebra class. You have a period of time there where you're in that class and you have to show mastery. have you shown mastery with the individual you're actually talking to? No, most of you don't. You don't even know the person well enough to actually if someone required for you to answer questions about that individual and it came down to your life, you couldn't tell them much because you don't know them. You don't know them that well. You don't even, a lot of you all just don't even take the time to actually learn a person. You learn a couple things and you think you know them. No, that's not how it works. In order to learn somebody, you got to spend time with them. This is why a lot of relationships were also so different way back in the day, because individuals would be on the phone for hours or would fall asleep with the phone plastered up to their head and wake up like, oh man, the phone's still, and then they wake up, you still on the phone? You still on the phone? Both of you didn't woke up because you'd spent time with that individual talking and actually talking about meaningful stuff. Now that this mess then became a smartphone and you can do whatever and be on here, this is all that's what's happening. That's all people do. That's all they do. And you know, the communication advice has advanced, but the communication happening has decreased. And that's an actual issue, is another reason why the whole dating pool is trash. A lot of people, you have the device to actually be able to communicate, but your communication has plummeted. And I knew this was coming just by how much so I see people. I forget what they call it because I don't subscribe to it. If you're gonna send me a text message, type out that whole mess. I don't want to see no WTF or whatever those little short script texts, and you don't send me that crap, and I'll tell you right out the gate. Don't send it to me, or I'm not responding to you. Lose my number. You talk to me, you're gonna talk to me in full sentences. We're not finna do that crap, and I'm not finna look up nothing to see what the heck it is you said. And I knew exactly when that crap started happening, it's gonna be a lot of people just not saying what they fully should say, or they thought something out, and when they thought it out, they didn't fully communicate it. I see that a lot. And I'm like, I ain't finna waste my time talking to you. I can see already how you are. You don't communicate well. And that's another part of laziness, which this society is full of laziness. People are lazy. No two ways about it. They're just flat out lazy. Don't want to do nothing. Don't want to do it to the fullest of their ability, or the fullest period to where this is how it's supposed to be. It's always a shortcut. People want full-fledged shortcuts because they're flat out lazy. My relationship sucks. And there's some individual in there who's lazy. They don't want to do such and such. They don't want to do this. Well, I'll cut corners and go here, and well, we're not gonna fully do this over there. And it sucks. and I can go on and on as various reasons as to why the whole dating pool sucks. It is what it is. But the biggest reason was it was never intended for you to actually find a mate. It was just simply intended for you to have fun. And as long as you keep having fun, or you're in it, you're going to be on the merry-go-round of people. Okay, let's switch. Musical chairs, switch. No. Don't like that one. She's not fun enough. She don't do what the last girl did. Oh, no. It's dry. Oh, no, not wet enough. Oh, nah. She get on my nerves. Oh, nag. Nah. Oh, nah, man. Or the same thing with the females. Oh, no, he's corny. No, I don't like him. It's on the bottom. I don't know what it is. It's just on the bottom. I'm looking. and the whole dating mess has, okay, we're going to ask 50 million questions. And out of those 50 million questions, how many things can I find about you that I don't like so I can hurry up and get rid of you? It is what it is. And y'all can have at it and get those results that you're going to cry about. I'm good. Yeah, I'm definitely good. I go about my way the way I'm gonna do it, and it sure ain't that way. But with that being said, it's WillMyCraven. Hopefully, you can maximize your life, maximize your opportunities, and enjoy your life to the fullest of your ability. With that being said, it's WillMyCraven. Be easy.